Hello, beautiful souls. Welcome back to my channel, or if this is your first time here, welcome on in. My name is Anu, and I am your Psychic Tarot host. Today's reading is very inspired. It was kind of like a spur of the moment, and more a little bit dedicated to Jupiter. So the theme of today's reading is where are things moving forward with full momentum? Where is your bold luck changing, and how the universe is kind of gifting with a faster momentum forward. Okay, so we'll see what comes up. We have three options today. You can watch all three, you can watch one or two. It's up to you. It is a pick a card. Just remember to only take the messages that resonate and release the rest of the universe. They're meant for someone else to hear, okay? So first option today for pile one, we have this oracle card, the stone. Okay. For pile two, we have the shaman. This is the card. And for pile three, we have the village. What's the image? Okay, so go ahead and pick the one that calls to you the most, and I will see you right at your selection. Hi, pile one. Welcome to your reading. You chose the first oracle card, the stone. Okay, it's very interesting to me because, of course, we see there's a circle surrounded by a square, surrounded by a triangle. So pretty much, and then I do see a little bit of a sort of an eye over here. So there's probably an area in life where your intuition has been telling you to either change, to break out of the mold, break out of the pattern. And we'll see what the cards say. This is just like pure channeling here, where you may have felt like you weren't able to budge, but not all of a sudden things are moving forward. Okay, again, the the focus of today's reading is where is your luck changing? Where is big, bold momentum forward, or bold luck going forward? What does that look like in your life? That's what we're looking at. So, but this seems to be an area where it may have been in your psyche or within you for a while that you've been wanting to change, and now the momentum starts moving. Okay, so let's see what else we have. I'm gonna put this over here. We do have our oracles pre-pulled, and we'll do a live poll on our astro deck and also on tarot, and then we'll look at some closing messages at the end. So let's see. Spirit, for pile one, help me tap in further, and let's see where things are changing. Look at that. We have destiny, the number 8, and it says, all that I shall need to know as I walk shall now be shown. Wow. With the moon here, and this is 8th house, scorpionic energy coming through. Again, in my readings, a lot of Scorpio energies do come through. I am a Scorpio rising, but generally, because it's also the house of intuition, it's also the house of deep shadow work. So those who are on a healing journey are usually pulled to my readings. So I do pick up on that. But with the destiny card, again, look, finally things are falling into place. You are going to be on a path that you wanted to be on for a while. Things are lining up for you. And if you felt blocked in the past, you've not been able to see why those blocks were there. Those may or may not be revealed to you, because I do get this, like, as I walk shall now be shown, but whether the blocks make sense to you or not, but the path will be shown. Does that make sense? So for example, and it's 8th house. This is, again, 8th house is also our shadows, is also our desires. So the theme of something you've been desiring for a very long time and it hasn't happened. Let's take a very simple example of a job situation, of a promotion. Let's say you've been really working hard, really wanting the promotion for years and years and years, and you never get it. There's always some blocks, and you're unable to understand why that hadn't happened. But now you see a path forward, okay? So either a new role opens up in the organization, or a different organization, or in the company, or you get headhunted by another recruiter. Something else really remarkable opens up, and this is just telling you that's your path forward, okay? The path is being shown to you, and trust me, maybe further down the path is when you're going to look back. You're going to look back and then you're going to realize, oh, wow. Had I been given that promotion, I would have been in a path that would have been so deviant from my destiny. So that's what's coming through, okay? It's going to feel fated. It's going to feel, hey, I really want the Wheel of Fortune to show up in your reading or the World card. That's the energy I'm picking up over here. So big change, big momentum forward on an area that you really wanted to do for a long time. Where the desire has been there for a very long time. Let's see what else we have. We have guarded, vulnerability. Yep, that's the shadow again. And then we have Venus. Look at what this is. Offer. Oh, wow. Love it, love it. Love it. Yeah, I went on about that because there was a lot of messages coming through from your guides on that one. This may have been an area, as I said, where you've not felt fair. Like you haven't been dealt the right hand in this area. That's why you felt a little, vulnerable. It's raw. Again, 8th house. It's our deeper desires and wounds that haven't happened. But then we have Venus showing up over here. And Venus is both love and money. It's the thing. It's the desires. It's the good things in life. It's luxury. It's art, finer taste, finer things in life. But that's coming through with the offer. Again, I just used a work example. It could be something else. It could be a relationship. And why is every relationship that I get into toxic? What am I missing? I need to be in that soulmate connection. And then you realize, okay, those are all, series of lessons along the way. None of us like lessons, okay? But yes, that happens. So any area of life, but that's changing. That's dramatically changing. Let's see what else we have. We have official person, a master number 22. Okay, and I want to draw the final one as well and see. And then we have romance. I cannot believe it. 2, 2, 2. Okay, so you may be seeing repeating twos. But the reason I said I cannot believe it is because I was going to say we have money and love showing up over here. And then we have money and love showing up over here. For some of you, again, this is that long desired, vocational, professional role or promotion or opportunity. If you're starting a business, that finally that loan comes through. 8th house is also our loans or finances, bank loans, mortgages, all that stuff. But with romance showing up over here, Venus in Taurus in the 2nd house and 2, 2, 2s, 2nd house is our money. I want you to really think this because this is really, really powerful. Your own money and money from other people. Both houses are showing up over here. Okay, 2nd house is what we earn and 8th house is what we get from not our base salary, but it can be inheritance, it can be gifts, it can be loans, it can be grants, commissions, bonuses, all of the extra stuff that magically comes. So not magically, for some, it's if a bonus is job related, of course you've been working on it, but it's like what it just comes from the side. Okay, so both those money houses are activated for you, and with Venus showing up twice. Okay, Venus. Money is looking good and love and relationships are looking good. Self-worth is high. It's on point. So if you have, areas that are still a little bit raw within you, where you have your inner wounds, if they're related to self-worth, self-image, if you look down upon yourself, it is time to change that, okay? It's time to start valuing yourself, because the more you value, which is your 2nd house, yourself, the more value you attract, okay? But definitely this is an area where you've been wanting to do this for a while, and all things are it's like all systems go, okay? Let's see what our astro deck tells us. Spirit for pile 1, where is this momentum? I think for you it's money and love. Maybe marriage for some of you as well, or money from marriage is also possible. We have Chiron, vulnerability. I'm going to put it right here. Because that's what Chiron represents. Let's get a few more. Whew. 1st quarter moon. Yeah. We have Pluto showing up. So I'm going to put this. We have the 1st quarter moon. Okay. We have Pluto dare I say, resurrection, 8th house, scorpionic energy. Something else flip over. Yeah. Whoa, solar eclipse. What was hidden is now being revealed to you. So those are some very, very powerful cards. Okay, bottom deck energy, we do have Leo. Okay, look at the contrast here. You've been in a phase where things have been hidden, because they're like, this card also said right here, as I walk shall now be shown. And with the moon talks about things being hidden from us, right? Not everything is revealed. So a lot of things are being revealed to you, and you're going to come into a lot of recognition. This is joy, recognition. It's 5th house energy. It's especially for those of you who are thinking of starting like a side hustle or your own business. Very good energy coming through, but take center stage. If you look at all the grays over here and how this really pops up, right? So this is being revealed. How do I place this? Let's put it right here. To you, the path is being revealed. It's going to be very joyous. It's going to be very abundant for you. It's also going to bring you a lot of visibility. Okay, that's what you got to know, and you got to be ready for it. You got to be accepting, as I said, self-worth. Yes, you are worthy of this official position if that's for you, or you are worthy of making something official. Okay, or if there's like a an application, a court case, a interview process that you've been waiting on, any of those things, you are ready to take them forward. There is going to be things suddenly revealed to you. Solar eclipses talk about sudden changes. So as I said, there's a breakthrough. With Pluto showing up over here, you've done the shadow work. This is the Phoenix moment, okay? So with Pluto and Chiron together, please, please, please bury, burn, purge your old wounds. Chiron talks about something that is always nagging us. It's always been nagging us in our life. So going back to my example, promotion, our inner nag has been like, I need that promotion. I need to prove myself. I deserve it. I need to prove myself. It stems from somewhere from our childhood, and it can also be karmic, by the way. So karmic meaning it may not just be like a conditioning passed on during our childhood. It may be an ancestral wound, but it's always there, okay? It's that nagging feeling that's always been there. So with Pluto talks about the deep fire. It talks about the phoenix. So just acknowledge that vulnerability, acknowledge it, write it down, burn it, offer it to Gaia, to the universe, whatever, do it safely. But it's all about like, forget the past now. As I said, some of you will never understand right now, or not never, will not understand right now why there were blockers in the way. For example, myself included, we really get upset like, hey, why do I have to clear the ancestral karma? And, you know, the shamanic way of saying that is like, yeah, because you are gifted and you're the strongest one in your generation who can carry that forward and heal it. Yes, it sounds very cool and, you know, very like official. Yes, you get to be the person to heal family, you know, karma. But then you're like, I don't want to, right? And that's a beautiful energy too. Like it's Venusian. It's like, yeah, but I don't want to need to be strong. And if you are there, that's your free will, and how you can channel it is saying, okay, I acknowledge that this has existed. Some of it is in my control and some of it is not. I acknowledge it. What can I do to release this now? What can I do to break this pattern and break this chain? I would like to bury it and start a new seed, plant a new seed and start life. So that's what Chiron and Pluto are telling you. Whatever area has been a nagging feeling, a nagging goal that has never come to completion, you have to go a little bit deeper and say, why is that there? And say, okay, I release my hesitation, I release my wounds around it, and I'm ready to move forward. And then you will see how quickly things start changing, okay? The first quarter moon is a growth period, okay? This is when the moon is still growing. So there is a lot of growth, a lot of potential for you to come out and shine, okay? All right, that is amazing. Let's look at tarot. Thank you, Spirit. I love it. So do comment below if you feel like it. I really appreciate it. Let's see, Spirit, for pile 1, where is this bold, what is this bold momentum forward about? Where is this happening, if we may know more? And what does pile 1 need to hear? What is this bold movement, bold luck forward? And I did say in the intro, is also like a little bit inspired by Jupiter in Aries in particular, and then I'll do a similar one when Jupiter moves signs, because Jupiter is the bringer of luck, okay? Jupiter brings this big bold movement forward, and Aries is like all fire. So that's how this was inspired by. Let's look at this also. We have 7 of Pentacles, 4 of Wands. So let's see, where are we moving forward? That's like a celebration. There's a happily ever after here. I think the Magician came over. Is that right? Yes. We have, let's get one more. Okay, or 2 more. What do I say? Scorpio. There are definitely Scorpios in this pile. Scorpio, Pluto. Even if you're not a Scorpio, let me tell you, this is a completely new direction, or this is ending of status quo. Ending of status quo, moving towards your destiny, something new that is, you know, breaking open, wide open for you. I want to just do this so you can keep looking at the destiny word. It's the right in our faces. That's so beautiful. Okay, so we have, let's see what these 2 are. Beautiful. We have the 7 of Pentacles, excuse me. We have the 4 of Wands. We have Magician. We have the 2 of Swords. Again, this energy of the moon, like things have been hidden from you for a reason. I cannot tell you why, and I cannot comprehend, and you won't be able to comprehend. Things happen the way they happen for a reason, okay? And then we have, there we go, hidden, talking about hidden things, the High Priestess showing up, and then the 3 of Wands. I'm going to put this here. Okay. So first of all, again, with the fire energy, fire. There's a lot of fire. This is, again, a deep, deep desire that you've been wanting to happen in your lifetime. This is happening now. It has been blocked. It has been hidden from you up until now. And, you know, as I said, same energy. You've been waiting for it for a long time. So you've been tending to the garden. You've been, you know, planting seeds, fertilizing it, watering it, and just like contemplating, like, is this actually going to grow, or do I call it quits? Like, what do I do? And what Spirit is saying is here, all these blockers are going to be lifted. Your ships are coming in. This is something that you've, you know, held on for a long time. Again, the High Priestess knows she has the hidden knowledge, but knows she has a certain destiny. Again, it's not gender specific. But this is something that you've been called to for a long time, but for some reason, you've not been able to move forward. There's been one blocker after another. Those are now being lifted, okay? And there's like, again, rejection is God's protection, or rejection is redirection, okay? So the path that you were on would not have led you to where you've been wanting to go. And now there's celebration, okay? So for some of you, this could be like becoming a homeowner. That's something you wanted to do for a long time. Interest rates have been crazy. The market has been crazy. Well, all of a sudden, you find an amazing property. And I'm saying that because the 4 of Wands does talk about happily ever after. Regardless of that, it's going to also talk about marriage for some of you, because Venus is so, Venus and a person all showing up in your reading with the destiny. It's possible that there is a marriage. This is the minor arcana for marriage. So some of you are getting married. Whatever this is, you're finally creating what you've always wanted to create. So it's like within the next 3 to 5 months, I would say, which is a pretty short window. Within the next 3 to 5 months, you are no longer going to feel like who you were in the past. This is ending. Okay, there is a complete new direction in your life, and that is your destiny. Oh, wow. As I picked this up, this card like stayed behind. Major arcana of marriage as well. For some of you, if you've been afraid to get married because of some past vulnerabilities or expectations, that is clearing off, or you are clearing it, or take this as a signal. Let's go ahead and purge it. Go ahead and burn it out of your system, purge it, because you're ready for romance. You're absolutely ready, and this is like the start of a new cycle, okay? For others, it could be any areas, and you'll know what it is. Could be profession, could be a move overseas is possible with the Three of Wands. The ship's coming in. You may want to take a role that is in a different state, moving closer to family, away from family, whatever that is. You know that area, but that is opening up for you now. Okay. So what's the advice for my pile 1 spirit? We have the King of Cups. I always end up with more cards because we just keep going, but I love it. Okay, so King of Cups, the Knight of Pentacles, and we'll get one more. Wow. Ooh, the Devil and the Queen of Swords. Okay, 2 came out together. So we have the Devil and the Queen of Swords. This is so clear. I can't even. So, I want to talk about the Devil and the Queen of Swords first. Like, this is you. Okay, and this is also you. We all have shadow sides and light aspects, right? This is you calling the BS on your inner fears. The Devil represents our fears. It represents our shadow. It represents our Plutonian side. It's what lays beneath. Where do we feel very vulnerable? Where do we carry our wounds? The Chiron card, right? That's what the Devil represents. It's not a person. It's actually not external, believe it or not. It is us. It is us chaining ourselves to our fears, to expectations, or what would people say? What would my family say? Oh, am I good enough for this role? Am I good enough for this person? Am I good enough to be a homeowner? Can I do it? Blah, blah, blah. Whatever that is. Wherever you shortchange yourself, that's the Devil within. And I love the Queen of Swords coming out. She's like, I'm calling on this bullshit. Okay, no, I am no longer afraid of you. Thank you, ego, for keeping me safe, because the point of the ego is to keep us safe. The fears keep us safe. It's a survival mechanism. It's in our DNA. But sometimes it just goes too far and starts blocking us. So the Queen of Swords, the advice for you here is like, call your own bullshit out, okay? Pardon the directness here, but that's what your guides want to say. Like, come on. You know what this is. Where have you been like boxing yourself? Yes, we agree. There have been blocks one after the other in your life, but don't let that become a behavior. Don't let that become a pattern. Call it out. Okay, cut that out of your life. This is a path that is going to lead to success. The Knight of Pentacles is the slowest moving knight, but it's the surest knight. Always delivers, always reaches its destination, okay? There is this beautiful pentacle, this beautiful seed for you at the end of this journey or at the end of this time period. And this is like to immerse yourself and honor your emotions at this point, okay? You have the High Priestess and you have the King of Cups, like very emotional, intuitive energies showing up, telling you like, yes, if your gut's been telling you something and you feel like you're not doing things out of fear, just acknowledge it and then release it from your system, because the King of Cups is not afraid to embrace his emotions. Again, not gender specific, but it's about being okay with the ups and downs that we go through as we experience things in life, right? But it's always saying like, okay, but I know in my heart of hearts, in my gut of guts, that I have to be on this journey. I'm going to keep going. That's what this is, okay? So that's the clear message that's coming out for you for my beautiful pile 1. I hope that helps. Let's close out your reading with some final messages from your guides. Let's see what we have. These are like 2 decks combined into one. I think these are by Colette Baron Reed. I could be wrong. I'm pretty bad at names. I could be wrong. Sorry, this is... Oh, I can look at it now. This is Rebecca Campbell. So Work Your Light and Starseed Oracle, I believe. Okay. What does pile 1 need to hear? I'll draw 3. 1, 2, 3. Okay. Let's look at this. We have weight of the world. Boundaries, let it go. It's not yours to carry. Wow. Everything we talked about here. Chiron, Pluto, vulnerabilities, and guarded. And we have the blue flame, spontaneous awakening, activation, integration time. Ooh, I love that. I love that. That's like representing your energy, okay? So there is that resurrection, that awakening, and like sudden changes, sudden awakening with the solar eclipse as well. And then you have sisterhood of the rose, beauty and devotion, priestess, mystic, teacher. Okay, so intuition is going to play a pretty strong role. Sorry, these cards are very light in comparison to the tarot, so it's a little bit harder to read when they're all together. Maybe this contrast helps. Okay, so trust your intuition, okay? And there is a tribe for you. There are soulmates for you. There's tribe for you that, you know, vibrate at the same level as you. You don't have to keep carrying these karmic wounds, these ancestral wounds. It is time to release that because there's a sudden activation. Just be open to it, okay? That's what Spirit is saying. All right, that's what I have for you, pile 1. I'm going to end your reading here. Do comment below if you feel like it, or, you know, definitely give it a thumbs up if you like the reading. Every click helps the channel. I would love to reach 5,000 this year. Think of it as an energy exchange. So do subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. Okay. Wish you much love and light. I'll see you in the next one. Bye. Hi pile 2, welcome to your reading. This is for those of you who chose the second oracle card, which is the shaman. This is a very beautiful energy. Again, I have my empaths, my healers, tarot readers, astrologers, meditation gurus, yogis, all of you in this pile, and then athletes and everything. Okay, so anybody who you know, is doing mind, body, soul work in whatever shape or form is here. Okay. And this is very interesting because, again, we talk about, you know, the journey, the shedding of the old skin with the snake over here. So transformations for sure. We've got, again, Phoenix energy, the death energy showing up here. Death and rebirth is front and center. But I can't ignore these big, I almost want to say big ass diamonds over here. Okay, so there's a huge diamond, which is actually like is the back of this card, but it literally looks like a diamond in this. So it's Rihanna's song "Shine Bright Like a Diamond" is coming through, maybe inspired by, you know, her halftime show if you watch that, if you're in the US. But why I'm rambling, there's a lot going on with your energy. The reading today is, where is your bold luck changing? Where is the bold momentum forward? What areas of life are now starting to move forward? Inspired by Jupiter in Aries, okay? And this is telling me it's not only like you being a completely new person with your resurrection, but it's also the abundance that you're pulling in. And usually they go hand in hand. Why? Because you know, when we go through a Phoenix moment, when we burn the past and we, you know, come alive and we're raw and we're just finding our inner power, we are so magnetic that naturally, because our self-worth is at an all-time high, we also start attracting physical things into our life. Okay, so abundance is moving forward, your self-confidence, a new what do I say? A new view on the world and the way you look at yourself is leading to the world looking at you differently and the universe presenting you with new things, okay? So it's pretty broad. It is not going to be one area for this pile, but needless to say, the shaman does represent healing. You have healed some really, really old patterns within you, and it's time to like call it in, claim what is yours, and in all axes of your life. So this is going to be multiple areas, I'll tell you right off the bat. Let's see what the oracles tell us. These have been pre-pulled. We're going to do live pull of the astro elements and also tarot, and then get some energies from some more closing energies from the oracle deck. So Spirit, help me tap further into my beautiful pile 2s. We've got the shaman and the wisdom. I'm telling you, you guys are expansive. We have number 7, wisdom. On a Wednesday, ooh, this is a Wednesday when I'm recording this. Okay, that's serendipitous right there. On a Wednesday with a waxing moon, let wisdom come and be renewed. So waxing moon, and let wisdom come and be renewed. By the way, these are also spells. So if you do know how to do spell work, you can use these in your spells as well. So a lot of messages pouring through. First of all, Wednesday is giving me like the midway point. Okay, you're halfway there. You're halfway there, and waxing moon is all about growth. There's potential. You planted the seeds, you're watering it. Now is the time for expansion. Waxing is also kind of like the, not really, but kind of like the middle point, and then it goes into eventually to the full moon, to culmination. So you're almost halfway there, or more than halfway there. And let wisdom come and be renewed. So this maybe, especially with the shaman, this does talk about like an inner priestess. Of course, shaman is inner knowledge, or knowledge that is transferred from, you know, a lineage, an ancestry, and you don't have to know the source, but the wisdom is there. Okay, so something is reactivating within you, but this is a moment forward where you feel like you're not starting from scratch, is what I'm trying to say. That's a very terrible way of articulating it. That means like there's so much in your mind that's going on, but nothing is from scratch, in the sense that you have so much knowledge. Like, even if there's been cycles in the past where you failed at doing the same thing, you're not starting from zero. You know what doesn't work. Excuse me for my voice. You do know what doesn't work, so you're not going to do that, right? So that's what this talks about, is like there's so much earned wisdom, there's so much inherited wisdom, but there's also like so much you've created on your own. So that's kind of led you to halfway point, so you're not starting from zero, is what I want to tell you, which means it's going to move faster, it's going to grow faster, with the waxing moon also coming over here. Also with the owls, they may be your spirit animals, or snake may be your spirit animal. I always recommend read up on them, because especially if they show up in your life, different spirit animals show up in our lives at different points, and the message usually is that we need to harness their energy. So this means like harness your wisdom, or if you feel like you're called to reading, to learning, to watching videos, or, you know, getting into more esoteric elements and learning about them, go for it. The snakes also talk about this is time to let go of our comfort zone, and embrace the vulnerability, embrace the newness, and let go of the old. Okay, so read up on it, and whatever animals usually show up in readings, they always have a message, and especially in dreams. If you are dreaming of certain animals, and they keep, like for me, personally speaking, it's the Black Panther, the leopard, the Black Panther. They always show up in my dreams, and, you know, they have a very specific meaning. Sometimes the white tigers show up. So I usually get big cats, but there was a time in my life where elephants were really, really present. Snakes were really present. And I can tell you, for like to a T, I took the message. I also have a book. It's a very, very old book on like spirit animals. It's fascinating reading about it and how it applies to your day-to-day. So, as I said, this pile is going to have a lot of messages. Let's see what we have from the Yin Yang Oracle. We have higher self activation. Amen. Boom. Mic drop right there. Shaman, higher self activation, wisdom. Then we have detachment and cold. That's an interesting energy. Very interesting. I think this is more about you building your own boundaries, and you're wise enough to know who to invite and who not to invite. So that's maybe the detachment is coming from. Let's get all of these open. We have high honor, number 25. Interesting energies. Ooh, I just noticed. Oh my goodness. Reduces to a 7, right? 25. You have a 7 here. And this is a 16, also reduces to a 7. Jackpot, ladies and gentlemen. Mic drop, jackpot, 777. So your luck is turning big time. You're coming into a higher wisdom. You possess this knowledge. There is an awakening moment. And there's also recognition, or if not recognition for some of you, it's almost like an acknowledgement or acceptance by others, which is not your goal. I get it, but it's a desire, okay? Especially when talking about like family members or friends, something where you wanted to share this inner feeling, this inner path that you wanted to pursue, but nobody's actually like understood it, and you've created good boundaries around it. But somewhere within you, I think there's been a desire to like actually have the freedom to be open about it and for others to accept it despite the differences. Okay, so that's happening for some of you, even though that's not like a primary goal. Your primary goal is to continue on your journey. So it's opening up. And then we have I really can't make this up. Publicity. You have Jupiter in Leo in the 5th house, and this is a Jupiter inspired reading, as I said. 5th house is fun. It's also a little bit gambling. This is the house of stocks. This is the house of investments, small businesses, our enterprises, our creative endeavors. This is the house of children, creativity, you name it. This is a Leo house, okay? It's supposed to be front and center. And again, there may be some Leos here because, some Scorpios here because Leo marks like the top of the chart, the 10th house cusp for you, if that's true. But publicity, okay? We have high honor and publicity for those of you, if you've been wanting to like switch careers for a while in a very different field and you just call to it, and you've hesitated. This is showing up, all the blocks are removing. You just need to work on your internal blocks. And yeah, for some of you may have to turn a cold shoulders to the naysayers, okay? That's possible, but there's recognition here no matter what you do. Another 5 showing up. 5 is also the number of change. So growth and change are coming. Tap into your wisdom or keep working on your wisdom, but you're pretty much like, you're on that path. You're already there with the midpoint energy that keeps coming through. Interesting, because 0 through 9, 7 is pretty high up there, right? It's beyond the midpoint path. So, interesting. Let's see. Spirit, tap me further. Help me tap in further. Help me tap in further to pile 2. Where is this bold momentum forward, pushing through? Where is Jupiter blessing them? What is happening? What do they need to hear for my beautiful pile 2? It's like you're coming into some rewards. And yeah, I did say plural because I feel like for you it's multiple areas of your life. Okay, so pile 2, Spirit, pile 2. Of course, Pluto shows up. Pluto always shows up. I did say Scorpio energy. Pallas Athena. Ooh, see? Wisdom, intelligence. Let's get maybe 1 or 2 more. Okay. And we do have new moon at the bottom, which talks about new beginnings. So there's something definitely new happening here. This is, I think, how we got it. Okay. Yeah, things are shaking up. You see how all the cards moved. Okay, first up, we've got Venus, the goddess of love and money. And Mula will take it. 2nd house and 7th house energy. So Venus rules Libras and Taurus. Libra and Taurus. Look at those placements in your chart, or look at where Venus resides in your chart. We do have Pluto. This is, again, talking about activation, talking about similar energy to the snake. This is death and rebirth energy. What do we have next? We got Pallas Athena. This is an asteroid that talks about intelligence. So Pallas Athena was also a warrior, but also a big diplomat, okay? And I'm getting that especially with the higher self, the shaman, the wisdom, and cold and detachment, and then talking about your publicity and high honor. Pallas Athena is the feminine version or representation of diplomacy. So again, she was the one who challenged diplomacy, politics, power, leadership, challenge them in a way that they're not just masculine, they can also be feminine, and that's where she came in. She's again very good with, if I'm not wrong, with a bow and an arrow, means she has an eye on the prize and on the result she wants, but she's very diplomatic about it's not just, do or die type of situation. She's not, oh, interesting, you have like cannons here. Damn, you're like going to war with someone or something. So she'll go to war. She'll go to war for her beliefs, but she's very smart, where it's not like catastrophic. It's she thinks through the pros and cons, and she finds the most diplomatic way forward. So look at that. Loving yourself, self-worth. You are attracting a lot of good things in as you shed your old self, but you're also very wise now. You're very smart. You hone into your intuition and your intelligence because you're a fighter. You're a warrior. And then we have, wow, can't make this up. We have the 10th house and 6th house. I didn't talk about 6th house, but 10th house did come up when I said Leo could be the top of your chart. That's the 10th house, which is the most prominent or public-facing house. And I'll show you here why I said you could be a Scorpio. So if the wheel starts here, the wheel always starts at this angle and goes around. You see, Leo is at the 10th house. That's what I mean. And 10th house is showing up for you. So this change is going to be very visible. Okay. It's the 10th house represents, and you have high honor and publicity. This represents how the world sees us. This is the most public facing status or symbol of our life. Now, it could be for some of you now, if you are truly going, let's say you're becoming a life coach, or you're becoming a shaman, or you're becoming a nurse, whatever you're becoming, it's your title that's going to be very visible. That's being activated at this point. This can also be going from, oh, I was single, now I'm married. Oh, I was, an apartment person, now I'm a homeowner. That's such a weird way of saying it. How the world sees you, mother, father, sister, brother, child, daughter, son, whatever that is. This is a title, quote unquote, of how the world sees you. So that's being affected. And what this is showing us, that the world is now seeing you in a very high honor way, or very higher position, higher status, as you've grown through your journey, and you're attracting a lot more, no longer the old self, and you're very, very, you're actually going to be acknowledged for your intellect, for your wisdom, for your smarts, and also your spirituality into the world. We do have the 6th house showing up as well. 6th house is the Virgo house, so we may have Virgos in the house here, and 6th house, let me think. Virgo is ruled by Mercury. Oh, Mercury and Palestina, yes. So Virgo talks about self-care, so I want to call that out. And we did have the shaman over here. 6th house is our day-to-day routines. It's also the house of service. So again, shaman, higher self, wisdom. But it's about our day-to-day routines and a lot about how we take care of ourselves. So self-care is going to be very important for you. This is here to tell you that no matter what changes in the 10th house, no matter how busy you get, or no matter what this path is, where let's say you're very, I'm just going to say, let's say you're like a top diplomat now, whatever that feels like in your field, it's going to make your 6th house very busy, your day-to-day very busy. And where the universe is going to challenge you is to can you detach enough from a goal, and can you still make room with love and kindness for, oh, I love how these match. Totally distracted. The universe is going to test you, and do you still make time for your higher self, for connecting to your higher self, for taking care of yourself, your, as I said at the beginning, emotional, mental, physical well-being. That's going to be important to continue to do no matter what else changes in your life, okay? Wow, powerful stuff. Okay, Spirit, help me tap in further to pile 2 and see what they need to hear. Pile 2. Spirit, what do they need to hear? Where is this bold momentum happening? Where is this bold luck activating for my beautiful pile 2s? My brain is like buzzing right now. You guys are really, really connected. Look at that. First card out, we have the 10 of Cups. You are calling in your ultimate happiness. This is going to be, let's put it here actually, because I need more cards, more space. This is going to be a very abundant time for you. Wish fulfillment, happily ever after, whatever the definition is for you is what is coming, okay? Look, I said you're very magnetic. You have the Queen of Wands, very high self-worth, and people can see this. The Queen of Wands is very visible, okay? She walks into a room and you know she's the Queen of Wands, and it's just by the mannerisms, okay? It's not being very commanding, but the energy is so big. Your energy is big right now. Page of Pentacles, this is a new path. This is, you know, ending the old and starting fresh on something, on some aspect of your life. And also like cherishing it a lot. You're gonna nurture this for a long time to come. Let's get maybe a couple more. Wow, look at that. You got the Empress and the Queen of the Swords. Okay, you got two queens and an Empress. And I'm seeing the Ten of Cups that represents such a family, a child, a family. Pages also represent children. There's very, very strong feminine energy here. So some of you may be like really drawing on that Pallas Athena energy. Of course, Venus is here as well. For some of you, this could be about expanding a family, okay? Adopting a child, adopting pets, increasing your family, whatever your definition of family looks like. That's happening for some of you, and you know, the path is opening forward. You have a very clear vision, so just keep tapping into this because you know what you want to do. And as I said earlier on, some of you may have wanted others to acknowledge this and to accept it. Regardless, stay true to your path because this is very strong intuition and also very, very strong vision and direction on what you will allow and what you would not allow in your life. The Empress is all about fertility, growth, Venus, okay? She's ruled by Venus. So definitely love, money, connections, finer things in life are coming for you. They're opening up for you at this point, and some of you are definitely like welcoming a new child and or a pet or multiple children into your life. Generally just attracting things. As I said, as you've healed, you have this new magnetic aura, and then you're drawing things into your life, and that includes physical abundance as well. So money, honey, money, title, social standing, social status, everything is growing for you at this point. So yeah, there's really like, it's very clear cut, and it's stemming from you. Keep honoring yourself, keep treating yourself as the Empress that you are, but it's like, because there's so much feminine energy here, it's like, get ready to receive. You've done the work, now just allow it to come in, okay? Don't push too hard for this, is what I'm getting. So what are the what's the advice for pile 2, Spirit? What is the advice from a beautiful pile 2? Strength. Another Leo energy coming up for you. Leo Major Arcana. The World. Woohoo! Ending old cycles and beginning new. Let's get one more. We got one more. And we have the Two of Swords. Bottom deck, we do have the Seven of Cups, which is the original energy I got, is like a lot is changing. So everything is kind of open for you right now. It's just like you have to choose, okay? So we have Major Arcana Strength, Leo energy showing up. We have the World card. This is for all fixed signs, so Leo, Aquarius, Scorpio, and Taurus. Okay, and then we have the Two of Swords. So this is, we're talking about advice. So what advice does Spirit have for you? So look, the old is ending, and yes, it requires, you know, inner strength to take on a completely new direction in life, but know that you're capable. You're more than capable, and you're more than halfway there. Just keep taming your inner fears, okay? Sometimes our fears can get ahead of us. They can be bigger than our intuition. Just tame them, is what I'm hearing with the Strength card over here. And of course, you're strong enough to do this, and courageous enough to move forward, because this is the Magician symbol, right? You can create whatever you want. There is a, you know, with the World card, of course, it talks about you're walking through a portal, you're stepping through a portal, you're at the threshold of kicking something new. With these two together, and actually in the combination, it's saying like, just watch out. There may be some fears at times because you don't see the full path, okay? And the full path is never revealed to us because there are too many options. Our destiny has too many paths and forks, and you know, we ultimately get where we need to get, but there are too many paths for us to even fathom. So a lot of times the universe, you know, conceals them. So, and when it's not open to us, it's not visible to us, we do get a little fearful. So what the advice here is like, take the first step, keep taking one step after another. You're really in alignment with your goals at this point. Don't be afraid to close old cycles. Sometimes knowing what we don't want is a great first step or a great place to start, because that inspires us to say, okay, this is the direction I'm going. I really don't want to go here. We pause, reflect, and just choose a direction. Now remember, just don't stagnate, because sometimes indecision becomes a problem and then we just stagnate in life. So that's what this is saying. Like, no matter what, change is coming, change is here, change is good for you. You have 777. It's going to be lucky. It's going to be good luck and growth for you forward. Don't hold yourself back at this point, okay? Be courageous enough to, especially if you get like a special opportunity, 10th house, let's say it's a career move, it's some other status move, it's marriage, it's a proposal, whatever it is abundant, and it's abundantly clear you're meant for it. Go for it, okay? That's what this is saying. All right, beautiful pile 2. Let's get you some closing messages from Oracle, Starseeds decks. These are two of mine that I combined, not mine, but two decks that I like to combine into a mother deck. And this is Rebecca Campbell's Work Your Light, and I think the Starseed Oracle decks together. So there we go. Wow, what we were just talking about. It says just say yes. Okay, this is divinely guided. Almost it feels like the past, present, future. Everything is lined up in this direction, okay? And then I see pyramids, of course. They may have a special meaning for you, but the answer is yes. This is exactly what I was getting through when I was talking through this. Is like, don't sit in indecision. If an opportunity presents itself, go for it. Be courageous enough to take it. Wow, thank you, Spirit. Serendipity is all over your reading. It's very, very divinely guided. Let's get 2 more. We have Child of the Cosmos. The intelligence of the universe lies within you. Well, duh. We got the Wisdom card to begin with, of course. And let's get one more. We have the Initiation. There you go. Rite of passage, crossing the threshold. I love how like different decks say the same story and same words even. Like the threshold is what I said over here. You're walking through a portal. You're at the threshold. You're more than halfway there. There you have earned the rite of passage. Okay, you are very divinely guided. You just have to say yes to this path. That's what I have for you, pile 2. If you like the reading, do give it a big thumbs up. Every click helps the channel grow. I really appreciate it. And if you haven't subscribed yet, go ahead and please click that subscribe button. I would love to get to 5,000 this year with your support. Think of it as an energy exchange. And comment below if this relates to your scenario, okay? I wish you much love and light, and I will see you in the next one. Bye for now. Hi pile 3, welcome to your reading. This is for those of you who chose the 3rd oracle card, the Village. It's beautiful. It's interesting because I see this circle. It's almost like a circle of life, but there's also a little spiral in the middle over here, and it's almost like breaking out of something, okay? You may have felt like things have been in the dark for a long time, but you do see the brightness coming through. Again, today's reading is inspired by like Jupiter being in Aries, which talks about bold momentum forward, bold luck. So we're trying to see where this is happening in your life. And from this, just the first oracle deck, it feels like you have found a way out, or you're finding a way out, and there's also a lot of support system coming to you, or support system or support coming to you, okay? Confidence is key at this point with the yellow color of the solar plexus showing up, but the sun is on the horizon, okay? So this may be like a visible change for you because the horizon says like the top of your chart. Whatever that house is in your natal chart, that may be getting activated at this point. And usually the 10th house is the most visible, okay? So it feels like maybe for some of you, what I'm getting, there was like turbulence in the home sector, and now that is finally healing, and that is allowing you to really start working on your external manifestation. So a lot of messages coming through with just this card. So let's see what we have for you, pile 3. We do have pre-pulled some oracles. We're going to do a live shuffle on the Astro deck and also tarot, and then get some messages from other oracle decks towards the end. So Spirit, help me tap in further to my beautiful pile 3, and let's see what is increasing for them. We've got friendship. Bring to me friendship true, sharing, laughter, understanding too. Wow, I am blown away because I really got that support system message from this hand that's pulling that circle out. Okay, so divinely guided friendships, soulmates, soul tribe, like-minded people. There's a lot of also for some of you, if you've been like restricted and have been in a solo mode for a long time, and you've stayed restricted. By restricted I mean like indoors in your house all the time. Some of you may be moving, and wherever you're moving, you're going to cultivate a lot of like a community growth, because this is giving me the energy of growth, okay? And it's like your heart is opening up, okay, with the color green. Green and pink are heart activators. Green and pink, how beautiful. So if you're moving, it's the right move, because you're coming into a community of a lot of supportive people and beautiful friendships coming through, okay? But this, again, it is happening because this is where you've been putting your energy, okay? It's finally time is what I'm hearing. Reduces to a 5 is also about change. So there may also be changes, and with this coming off, of course, there may be changes in your friendship house, which is the 11th house. So depending on what planet is in that house or what that house represents for you, there may be changes over there. But generally speaking, your 11th house, which is your friends and friends of friends and your communities, may be changing. You may be walking away from some friends, some older connections, and then coming into new. Because again, it's a law of the universe, right? You have to create space for something new, and to create space means you have to purge certain connections. So this may be a very people-oriented phase of your life, okay? Let's see what else. We do have a truth expression. Yep. What is your truth? What is your true expression? And then we have change and courage. There we go. Exactly what we talked about. With this card, it also gives me the vibe of journey. So as I said, some of you may be moving. This could be for a job. This could be just for like changing location. Some of you moving out of your family house where it may have felt crowded, or you're moving into a family house where you may have felt very secluded in the past, and now you're coming into family and connections. Whatever that is, there's not just a metaphorical journey. I'm literally sensing like a physical journey for this pile. So there's change of location, there is change in your community, in your friendships, in your connections. And this is gonna be a time where you'll come out of all this, you know, grayness and into the spotlight. Also very appropriate. I have orange flowers, so yellow and orange may be very good colors for you. Solar plexus energy and sacral energy, so creativity may really peak at this time for you as you embrace your true expression more and more, okay? Citrine may be a good stone for you as well. And again, there's too many messages coming through, so I'm trying to like channel them, but this is, again, Jupiter, so expected to be big, very big energy. So yeah, changes in your environment are happening or are at bay over here, and I'm very supportive, because the intent is to look at what blessings Jupiter will bring, or what area it'll expand and give you momentum. And Jupiter is a benefic planet, so everything will be for the good, okay? Wow. Great fortune, number 26, reduces to an 8. 8 is a number of abundance. It's all about infinity. What goes in comes out, as within, so without, as above, so below. I do see all these butterflies. I thought they were just coins, but no, they're actually flowers and butterflies and coins all in one in this card. So your luck is turning. The reading is big, bold luck, momentum forward. So this is going to bring you a lot of abundance, a lot of prosperity as well. And then we have Taurus in Pisces in the 12th house, submission. So this is an interesting one. I feel like it goes very well with the truth and expression. This is somewhere where you felt like buried, because 12th house is our psyche. It's our most hidden house. It's our inner philosophies and our thought process. And it's also the house of mental health, right? So you may have like succumbed or buried yourself under expectations from others, okay? And this card has beautiful representation that shows, look, you are that bird, you're just facing the wrong way. Turn around and look, the cage has been open for ages. Okay, Cajun age. It's been open for ages, or this is a time where Spirit wants you to realize you just got to turn around and go for what you believe in, because this is not the time to be submissive, okay? Understand and acknowledge that we all have fears, and we do submit to our fears, and they can take us through like years and years and years of our life till we realize, well, actually I can break free. I can really break free. So that's what this is saying, is like, you know, express yourself. Do not submit to, and it's not like, I don't want to sound like submission, like a submissive thing. By submission, I mean like, you don't have to agree with the people around you, because that thinking is what's been keeping you here small and tied into a cycle over and over again. But as you break through, have the courage to break through and make a change towards what you're called to, the people and the things to support you will present themselves. Okay? Woo, big energies today. All right, pile 3, let's see what else we can get. Where is this bold momentum forward? Spirit, what does pile 3 need to hear? What does pile 3 need to hear? I get maybe 2 more. Yeah, this is like, just like the Great Fortune, I feel like it's going to come in big chunks. I mean, everything is energy, okay? The way your cards are coming out, there's a long pause, and then like just jumping out, okay? Just like big energy moving. There we go. Wow, look at that. Okay, and I just looked, so I have to show you, look at the bottom of the deck. Jupiter. That's what this reading is all about. Like, what is Jupiter expanding for you in this lifetime, or from when you see the reading? You have Uranus. Sorry, there we go. Uranus. Beautiful. We have Pisces coming out twice in your reading. And we have the 12th house. Wow. All right. So some of you who've been thinking about going to therapy, going to a life coach, investing in yourself, and making sure that you're listening to your inner peace messages, this is going to be amazing. You're going to be able to release so much through seeing a life coach or a mental health coach, whatever they're called, a therapist, because with Pisces 12th house coming, this is, and Uranus is the planet of sudden changes, okay? It's going to suddenly like just pop your psyche open. It's going to activate portions of you that you didn't think were possible. It's going to blow your mind. The amount of energy, excuse me, and knowledge that you're able to tap in. And mostly it's about releasing our inhibitions, okay? So some hidden fears, some trapped expectations that have been holding us down. Uranus is going to just blow them up, okay? Uranus, the symbol of Uranus is the lightning bolt, okay? Uranus, because it's showing up, I do have to call out Uranus is in Taurus. So see where Taurus is in your natal chart. That area is bound to change as well, okay? And it's going to change very quickly. as soon as pretty much if you shift your mindset, things are going to line up. For you, it's a lot of mental energy, okay? And it's just a powerful place to be because you know the answers are within you or the blockers are within you, which, you know, at first seems like, oh crap, boo-hoo, it's me, I'm bringing myself down. But then if you look at it longer, you're like, wait, what? It's just internal. So I can switch, you know, I'll flip the switch and it's just internal, and it'll be remarkable how quickly things change in the external, okay? So this is very good. This is very good to see. Then we have the last quarter moon and the full moon. Okay, interesting. So some things are dying. Okay, the last quarter moon talks about where things need to be let go. Okay, this represents like the cycle of life, you know, or the cycle of the moon cycles where or you can think of it as like the fall and the winter season. Well, this would be winter pretty much. But where, you know, the leaves start dying and they're coming into a cold period, but they're coming because the earth has to rest. And in that time, the flowers have flown and the, you know, leaves have flown and the pollen has been distributed and they've been planted in the earth. So if the plants are dying, let them die because they need to go through that death and rebirth. So some area of your life is ending. And again, could be connections, could be a particular career, could be a way of life that is ending. Let it end, let it go. Don't let it affect your inner peace, okay? Just detach from it and let it go. Be courageous for that because something else is really coming to a fruition, to a culmination. Full moon is clarity. Full moon is expansion, where things are at their peak, okay? So something else is being revealed to you in your path, and it's going to be very fruitful for you with the Great Fortune card over here, okay? But yeah, it's for you, your power is within. Your inner work is going to monumentally change your external environment. Pile 3. Very, very powerful, okay? All right, so let's get into tarot. Spirit, what does pile 3 need to hear? Pile 3, pile 3. Where is this great momentum forward? Let's see what this is. We have the King of Wands. Look at that. Bold action. Bold action forward. Yeah, you're carving your own path. There's a lot of like growth and expansion coming through, but the, you know, King of Wands is very bold, okay? He carves his own path. He takes action. Is very, very driven in what he wants to create. So what is that area for you? What's this one here? We've got the Knight of Cups. Okay, offer, divinely guided offer coming to you. Interesting. Again, friendships, offers, love. What else? Spirit for pile 3. 10 of Cups. Look at that. Judgment. Let's get one final card. There we go. 7 of Cups. Okay, and then the bottom deck energy, we've got the Hierophant. Becoming your leader of your own life. Okay, the Hierophant is somebody people follow, but the Hierophant is also somebody who's learned different facets, different religions, different philosophies of life, and has finally come to their own school of thought to a point where even others may start following them. Again, that's not the goal. That's not what I'm picking up on you. That's not what you personally want to do. You don't want others to follow you, but you're carving your own path. You're coming to your own way of life. That's what's happening. Now we do have the 10 of Cups. So this next phase is going to bring you absolute fulfillment, okay? Full wish fulfillment. 10s are excess of an energy, right? So excess of happiness is coming. Judgment time. With the bear figures, it always talks about let go of what doesn't belong to you anymore, okay? Shed the layers, shed the facade, shed the fear, shed the inhibitions and the, you know, the burden of responsibilities. What are you truly being called to? That's the archangel like blowing the trumpet. I think this is, could be wrong, but this is Archangel Gabriel blowing the horn of truth and saying, what is your truth? Rise up to, ooh, Ooh, rise up to your own truth and your own expression, okay? That's what is key for you. Here we go. So that's your judgment moment. And it's yours and yours only, okay? Your truth is going to be your truth and no one else's truth. And you don't need it to be. You don't need others' approval, but know that if there's an area where you've submitted yourself into these boxes for a long time, it's time to break free from that. And embrace the opportunities. There are tons of opportunities and ways and pathways opening for you with the 7 of Cups. So there's a lot of like dreams coming true at this point. Again, this is interesting with this endings that we were talking about. Something needs to end. Something needs to go away for something new to pop up and to open up for you. So take action. The universe will also present you with opportunities to come into whatever this expression of fulfillment is for you. But yeah, this is a very big mental shift for you. Like, what is your truth? Be open to that change. So let's get you some advice. So Spirit, what's the advice? Although we've been talking about it, but I want to see, is there specific advice for my pile 3? Listen to your inner guidance. Look, yeah, I told you, 12th house, Pisces, 12th house, inner light. You have a lot of inner gut feeling, okay, that you know you're meant to be, or you're like seriously, like deeply called in a specific direction. So follow your inner light is the biggest message I have for you, and listen to what your intuition is telling you. We have 3 of Swords. Yeah, don't let your path be determined by trying to get away from disappointments, is what I'm getting here, okay? But especially with this like flying out on the Uranus energy. This is telling us, don't let your past hold you back, okay? There were lessons in the past that need to stay in the past. Just, you know, the experience can stay in the past. Just take the lesson and move forward. Do not let that hold you back. And, you know, one phase of life or one experience of our life does not define us. There is a lot more to each and every one of us. We're multidimensional. So what is your inner self telling you? Listen to that. You need to not give up, okay? With the 9 of Wands showing up over here and with the 2 of Swords. Don't give up. Don't give up, even if you don't see the path forward. I think I said this to the previous pile, that even if you don't know the next step or the next 10 steps, but you know where you are is not where you're supposed to be, that's a place to start. Start moving. Start moving. What is your truth? Where do you need to move? What do you need to do? You know that in your heart of hearts. So don't give up on your goals. Don't give up on your ambition. Don't give up on whatever this desire is that you've been working on, and don't hold yourself back at all, because you've done a pretty good job of creating a boundary, but then is the boundary kind of holding you in? The boundary is supposed to just protect you. It should not be encompassing you. So just like listen to that, and don't be afraid to make a decision or choose a path based on your intuition, even when you don't see clearly what the next step may be. But this is time to move forward. This is time to be bold. And as you follow your truth and your true expression, the people supporting that will also appear in your life, okay? And of course, it'll bring great fortune. So that's what we have overall, pile 3. But let's get you some closing messages. This is my mother deck. I combine 2 decks, and I love using it this way. So it's like Shine Your Light Oracle and then the Starseed Oracle. Let's see what pile 3 needs to hear, Spirit. We got 3 cards here. Wow, I can't get it over. As the energies have been like so synchronous today. It says, share your voice. Come out of the cave. Persecution, expression. Match the words, expression. Come out of the cave, okay? Come out of it. You got to break free. There is some sort of cave that you have put yourself in. And again, nobody does that on purpose, but you found yourself there and you stayed there. It's time to break out of it, okay? And share your truth, share your voice. We have, wow, take a break. A life's work, not a season. Get off the treadmill. This is an interesting energy to get. So, as I said, it's not time to give up here, but then also beware with this card saying, like, just don't keep burning yourself out. Yes, keep moving forward, but try not to like burn yourself out in efforts to get to your destination. It's important to take care of our physical, mental health, well-being as well. And then you got two more cards. This one says, forge, don't follow. Pave a new path. Be the leader you wish you had. This is the Hierophant energy that we were getting there. Okay, so you don't have to follow. You have to forge your own path, whatever that is. And then we also have the initiation for you. You've earned the rite of passage, crossing the threshold. Okay, so pretty much like there's like a lot of like caves and boundaries that you're coming out of. You're being initiated at this time. So listen to your intuition. What are you being called to do? Go for it. Jupiter is blessing it. It's time to move forward in that. Okay, that's what I have for you, pile 3. If you like the reading, do give it a big thumbs up and do subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. Think of it as an energy exchange for the time and energy that I do put into these readings. I would really appreciate that. And with that, I wish you much love and light, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye.